Hey everybody, English Nick and Gary Martin Hayes of the Law Offices of Gary Martin Hayes and Associates. We're back at the Lawrenceville Arts Center and the Aurora Theatre, and Gary, you've got somebody very special to talk to about the upcoming presentation of Waitress.
I do. I'm excited to introduce Amanda Wansa Morgan, who is the director of Waitress, and she's also in charge of the musical theater department at Kennesaw State.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot going on. For people that haven't seen the show before, when they come to see Waitress, what can they expect?
Well, this is a really heartfelt musical. I think it appeals to a lot of audiences because it's popular style music written by Sarah Bareilles, right? So it's pop music set to a really heartfelt story. So it's based on the 2007 movie of the same name, starring Carrie Russell, and it's about a small town waitress who finds herself yearning for more in life. She is stuck at this pie diner and she loves baking pies, and there's an element of nostalgia. There's a layer of her mom passed away when she was a child, and her mom taught her how to bake, so now she infuses that love into her baking. And I won't spoil too much, but I will say she gets pregnant and she's kind of at a crossroads in her life of what to do, what's the next step of her life. And so I think it's very relatable.
So she has a pie in the oven.
She literally has a pie in the oven.
Yes,
Literally
yes.
has a pie in the oven. Yeah.
So when people walk out of here, when the curtain closes, the show's over, what do you want them to take away from all of this?
Gosh, I really want them to see themselves. What's interesting about the show is I'm pretty sure the Broadway production set it in the Midwest, but the script doesn't say where it's supposed to be set. It just says a diner off of US 27. And guess what? US 27 runs from Chicago to Florida. So we actually are setting it in Georgia. We're going to set it closer to Carrollton. And the idea that I would love for audience members to see themselves in this diner, to see people they know out of these characters. And there's so many situations, there's all these lovely supporting characters that every audience member can find someone that they relate to and find someone's story in the show that they can connect to. Yeah. And I also want them to feel warm and fuzzy. The story explores relationships of parents to children, marital relationships, friendship. There's something for everyone, really.
Will we smell pies when it's being...
Yes, so the Aurora is partnering with a local company that is big, and that company actually employs folks with special needs to make pie, and they're going to have pies in a jar on sale here in the lobby, and so we hope that everything will smell like pie or cookies or baked goods, and you can purchase a pie in the jar when you come see the show, which is what the Broadway production did, and I definitely ate some key lime pie out of a jar.
That's a great idea. It's a 4D experience almost.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
So with the subject matter, parents are going to wonder, can I bring the kids to this presentation?
I would call this, honestly, I would rate it PG-13, just because there are some adult situations that the young ones might not understand, but I think that's up to every parent. I know that the theater has information on their website about what the content includes so that parents can discern, especially for those older elementary, early middle school students, you know, what's appropriate for them. The majority of it is PG, but there's a couple PG-13 moments, including language.
Great, and for that information, they can just go to the AuroraTheater.com website. Is this your first time directing here at the Aurora?
Yeah, so I've directed a bunch at Kennesaw State. I've directed out in Cobb County for the Jenny T. Anderson and the Atlanta Lyric Theater. I directed Next Normal for them. I've directed in different places around the country, Charleston Stage, over in Mississippi where I used to teach. Yeah, Ole Miss, hotty toddy. But yeah, this is my first time out at the Aurora. It's a bit of a hike. I live in Kennesaw, and it's been so wonderful. The staff has been so generous, so professional, and I really have enjoyed my time here.
One question going through, because you're in the midst of Tech Week now, starting that.
Yeah.
What's been your biggest takeaway from all of this in your involvement with the Aurora?
Well, I think that as art makers and theater makers at whatever level we're at, whether it's education or professional, it is all about how we treat each other. And I really believe that excellent art can come from excellent behavior and how we collaborate. And so far, I've had a really wonderful experience here at the Lawrenceville Arts Center with this staff, with this cast. So even when we've had any kind of hiccups in the rehearsal process or any misunderstandings, it's all been handled very professionally and very kindly, and I think that is reflected on stage and how we present the work.
So you mean there's a chance you'll come back?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm just getting used to the drive. But I've listened to some wonderful podcasts, including Amy Poehler's Good Hang, that's a good one, and some audiobooks. So yeah, if my schedule allows and the right project falls into my lap, I think it's definitely a possibility.
All right. please, if you get a chance, you've got to come out and watch Waitress. It's going from May 22nd through June 15th. Tickets are available at auroratheater.com and on your show.
That's right.
And throughout the shows on the river, they're going to be giving away tickets to come see a special performance where you and I get to
That's right.
have a walk and roll. You didn't know you had to deal with us.
I kind of knew that we were going to have some walk-ons, and I was even talking about what part of the play the walk-ons could be. But I think you guys would make great diner patrons. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, there's talk of a wedding scene.
Yeah, there's a wedding scene. Yeah, so you guys can steal some charcuterie or pie, slice pie.
And also, we're going to do a cocktail hour that night before we take the stage.
Yeah,
with our
there's
listeners.
going to be at least 12 winners
Yeah.
that will get to join us for cocktails and appetizers before. Then we'll come over here and escort them into the fabulous Aurora Theater for an amazing show. So looking forward to it. Amanda, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for your support.
We'll see you here at Waitress at the Aurora Theater.